connect. Okay, fine. Oh, did you see Woodrow Wilson? That's in the news. Woodrow Wilson at Princeton University. They're saying we don't want this guy. Like, I think they named the cafeteria after him. The Woodrow Wilson fucking cafeteria and juice bar. They named it after him, and everybody's saying the guy was unbelievable. He said all this racist shit when he was president or something like that. All these racist ideas, which is crazy because he was a white guy born in the 1800s. I can't believe he would say a bunch of crazy shit like that. So I look it up and I see all the stuff that he said. Pretty standard hateful shit that he said. And I just kept scrolling, going by the obvious racist shit. Just kept scrolling and waiting to find what I wanted. I wanted to find, I'm playing to the camera right now for those of you listening at home. I wanted to find what I wanted to find on that fucking thing. I wanted to see, where's the shit about what canceled him over the standard white guy racist shit that he said 100 years ago? But what about the Federal Reserve Act? That oppressed all people. His hatred was just with one segment. His fucking Federal Reserve thing, that touches all of us. So anyways, so there you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take his name off the cafeteria. All right? We're going to do that. But we're not going to address what the fuck he did. Even, didn't he write a letter? Woodrow Wilson's letter of regret after he died. He's like, oh, Jesus. You know? I shouldn't have done that. I think everybody was away on like Christmas Eve or some shit. That's the way it's told. And then, you know, there was like 9 people there who all promised. What can you give somebody back then? A motorcycle with white tires? We'll give you that and a horse. And I don't know, a bale of cotton. What the fuck would you? What was a gift back then? I'll give you an itchy wool suit and a team of horses. If you put this fucking thing in, that's kind of like what happened. I have no idea. I can't say this. I don't want to. I'm trying not to do comic on comic fucking trashes here. But I don't want to do a show right now. I don't want to do a show until this shit is gone. The COVID's gone. But I already have a joke if you do a show. How was your show? I killed 4 old people and 1 guy with asthma. I'm kidding. Whatever. I'm on stage. There's got to be a joke here. And by the way, people, I am wearing one of my favorite stand-up shirts. I've worn this thing a lot. I think I've worn it on Conan. This shirt will not fucking quit. This show can take the road. Okay? Unlike a lot of these soft fucking people out here right now that just can't fucking handle any sort of breeze that messes up their bangs, this shirt is old school tough. I'm not saying it agrees with Woodrow Wilson. I don't mean that kind of old school. I mean the kind of old school toughness that made this country great. That made people get on a boat and come over here and ignore the fact that there was already people here. And claim that you discovered it. Right? Talking about that level of toughness. This is the kind of shirt that you could put measles in and hand to indigenous people. Someone will take that seriously. Somebody at the Measles Foundation. Actually measles still kill over 5.9 million people a year. And for some reason, that doesn't get any traction. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Billy Joel. I don't know why. I saw him on Howard Stern, and he just fucking blew me away, you know? When you actually see a true musician by himself with just his instrument, and he's still crushing it, you know? And even then he was going, it's like, fucking 9 in the morning, my voice is tired. The guy absolutely killed it. And I've been listening to a bunch of that shit. Some of the stuff you guys suggested to me, that woman who goes by her, H period, E period, R period. I don't know what that stands for. Forgive me. I bet if there was a guy, you'd know exactly what it stood for. Been listening to that. I listened to the new Lamb of God, which has part Chris Adler on it in part the new drummer, whoever that is, really enjoyed that album. And other than that, I'm not doing shit. You know what I'm doing? I'm fucking laying around in my... I'm gonna lay down for the rest of this fucking... I'm laying around in my fucking house, and I am waiting for the day when people will just fucking stay inside and stop breathing on each other. You know? Oh man, I was gonna suggest this fucking thing. I don't think it's a good idea though. I was gonna say that... No, you know what? I'm predicting something. From a laying down position. I don't know if you guys know this. If you ever want to have a great idea in life, you need to be laying down. Think about it. How many times have you laid down and you thought about leaving your girlfriend? She's laying next to you, she's snoring, and you're like, I have to get out of this fucking relationship. When you're across from her in a restaurant, back in the day, you know, you're eating food, there's other broads to look at, you don't give a fuck. But when you're laying down, and all you can hear is the sound of the Rockstar lights humming over your head, that's when you are the most clear. I'm going to say that mass shaming at some point is going to, and I can't say. I'm going to say what it was going to escalate to, but I just think that it would probably, can you please keep 6 feet away from me? Can you please do that? Me without a mask. It's, fuck, why does the world have to be so sensitive? Huh? Isn't it enough that I have a fuzzy microphone? This is a chinchilla that I beheaded before I did this. Actually, a baboon ate it alive. When a baboon's gonna get Me Too'd for fucking eating things alive? It's fucking assholes. It's like, how fresh does the meat have to be? You can't just snap the fucking thing's neck. Whenever I see them do that shit, I agree with Rogan, where Rogan says that, you know, how we have, you know, remember he did that whole bit that we're monkeys? You know, I always loved that bit, and then I watched a monkey enjoying eating another thing alive, and I was just like, yep, that's human behavior. Getting off on the suffering. The suffering fucking succotash. You guys a great dad like me. I'm gonna blow my own fucking horn right here, all right, consensually. This morning, I made my daughter and my wife, I made it what's known as a Dutch baby. I call it a Dutch baby because I don't want to call it a German pancake, because I'm actually part German and I don't want anybody to take little snippets of this and then all of a sudden I'm aligned with Hitler. It's actually a German pancake. We'll call it a Dutch baby, right? But does that make me sound like a predator? I don't know. I made this fucking thing with blueberries in it and a little bit of powdered sugar. Absolutely fucking crushed it. Got up in the morning, I did my stretches, I rehabbed my shoulder. Look at this shit, huh? No pain, no pain, no pain. Little 360s, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be doing my first pull-up by fucking 2022. When this virus is still going and everybody's fucking hunting people with paint guns out here in LA because they're all against guns, right? Playing laser tag for the last piece of fucking, was it foie gras? What's the thing where they force feed the geese? Is it foie gras?
Foie gras.
Foie gras. Where is your fucking life at? How high is your fucking rent that you're sticking a funnel in a goddamn goose's mouth, just shoving food into the fucking things? How do you shake that off? How do you fucking go home? You know, your honey, you know, she wants to have a fucking date night. Or you're in an alternative lifestyle. Let's be respectful here. Or your boyfriend, or they, right? They want to watch. What was that? What was that fucking show that they had? Transcontinental. What was it called? Transparent. I knew they worked it in there. Trans-American Airlines, whatever, right? You don't fucking, you go to sit down with them, or they, or him or her, to watch a fucking movie. How do you shake that off? You know? As he's sitting there next to you being like, I don't feel like you're into this movie the way I thought you were going to be. And you got to be like, well, you know, I mean, I was all down for like hooking up tonight and watching this movie, but I mean, I force-fed a goose all day. I can't get the sound of those flapping wings out of my head. Jesus Christ. I mean, is that something to be proud of? You don't see that bumper sticker, right? Right next to my son's my son's on the dean's list, whatever the fuck these idiots say. That's always next to some soccer ball fucking bumper sticker. My son force-fed a goose today, and oh boy, we can't wait to fucking eat that thing in a month.
It started with peasants so that they could fatten up the liver because they needed more food out of that one goose. So
it started with peasants?
Yeah, so they force-fed it through the funnel so that they could fatten it up to get enough goose out of that goose.
Why couldn't they just shoot a fucking squirrel too? You know, there's other things to eat. Wow, man. I gotta try a goose liver at some point. That's gotta be a good fucking, that's gotta be some good eats, huh? Like, I don't know. The older I get, the more I blame God. I mean, our behavior is just inexcusable, and I just really feel like at first there was just God, and then he realized what he created, and then he needed a scapegoat. It's almost like a script that didn't have like an antagonist and a protagonist. Who's the bad guy in that, Andrew? Antagonist, protagonist?
Antagonist.
The antagonist. Pro, right? You're going for the pro. All those, you know? I'm a pro. Everything with P is like positive, right? Pro, pussy, prostitute. It's a lot of fun. Oh, look who decided to show up. Finally. Oh, look who just showed up. Is that Axel? Look who finally shows up. What's going on? I'm like 35 minutes in. 35 minutes in. If I told you the absolute rock star that I am now friends with that just walked into this room, and I'm not going to name the name, you know, because I don't want you guys to resent me. I've seen all these people, all these celebrities during this whole pandemic. They try to say something positive, and all people do is just concentrate on their impossibly huge kitchens. Now, a lot of people don't realize the man who just...
They shit on us, don't they?
Huh?
They shit on us, don't they?
They shit... you trying to be bottom?
Is that
an accent? No.
Okay.
All right. The great Mike Binder. Great Mike Binder, you gave me a shot. You didn't care that I was the color of a popsicle, did you?
Nope.
You didn't. You're like, you know what? I need a challenge. Now, not only am I going to stick this balding redhead in my movie, I'll have to paint the back of his head every day before he goes on set. I'm gonna make him a lawyer. And that wonderful movie was called Black or White, starring Kevin Costner, Octavia Spencer, Anthony Mackie. It's I can only think of one thing at a time. All right, Mike, we're gonna smoke a cigar after this, right? Yeah. All right. Can you not sit there and stare at me like you're waiting to fucking end my career?
Where do you want me to stare at you from?
Why don't you go sit on one of those fucking ones over there that Lemmy puked on back in the day? Now that's sacrilegious, because you know that guy never puked. Whoever was drinking with Lemmy that night.
All I know is this is where Elton John made his debut. That's why
Elton John made his debut here, who I recently saw in Las Vegas. That guy is such a beast. He had no opener. Played for 3 hours, nothing but hits. He didn't play once, there wasn't one bathroom break song. I wanted to go to the bathroom about 90 minutes in, and then he would just, fucking Crocodile Rock, can't go now. Oh, Daniel, my brother, can't leave now. Anyways, what was I was talking about foie gras, force-feeding gooses. God needed a scapegoat. I think at the beginning, he was talking shit, like, yeah, motherfucker, I thought it was going to take a week, and I did it in 6 days. I got my feet up in 7 days. What do you think, what if God took 8 days to build this thing? What if he just spent a little more time on human beings, you know? So that we wouldn't do shit like taking... Although, if you look at all the other animals out there, specifically the praying mantis and some of these other ones, I mean, they all got the devil in them. I think lions are nice. Like, if I had to get killed by a praying mantis or a lion, I would choose a lion.